Bitch better get me that Poland Spring bottle of water before I get not violent, but I start running on a track with my dick basically out in the shorts. Oh, I'm back. I'm back with more solo content, baby. I love it. You guys know that I haven't uploaded solo on this channel for a while because I've been doing a lot of podcasting with my buddies, and that was something for a while that I really enjoyed. Something that I still do. I don't know why I said that like it was something that... I've put that in the rear view. Like I uploaded something like 2 weeks ago. But I figured I'd do more solo stuff, kind of rambling about more topics, because that was on this channel, I think, the most successful form of content I've done. And of course, we've got to talk about one gigantic, muscular, ex-NFL prospect, ASHTON Hall, that's been taking the internet completely by storm. Now, for those that don't know, it's a lot... Oh, fuck. There's been a lot of buzz around this man for, I don't know, probably the last month. So he's a relatively new internet celebrity, and he's been gaining millions of subscribers like it's, I don't know the best way to say it, but he's been gaining millions by the week. I think he's sitting at around 10 million right now. Let me get closer in on the frame. There it is, so I can be more presenting and forceful. Not in that way. But no, this guy has been blowing up. He's been creating these super duper, and I like to call it the influencer of fitness type of brand aesthetic, where it's like super duper clean, 4K, top line cameras, mics, everything's very nicely put together. He has all these nice cars, these clothes. For some reason, he has a weird obsession. Somebody must have, like, I don't know if a Saratoga Springs water truck hit him when he was 6 years old, because he seems to have a life supply of Saratoga Springs water, which, to be fair, very good water. His videos have all the same aspects that you would expect of someone who has their online course for getting a better life linked in their Instagram bio. At first, I was kind of like, yeah, all right, this makes sense. This is within the vein of what we're used to seeing from these types of people, is a lifestyle that you can, I guess, sort of attain to a certain, like, you can have nice cars, you can have nice clothes. If you're rich enough, you can afford to get up at 3:45 a.m. and dunk your face into a bottle of ice cold water and then go and do push-ups on a deck somewhere. But it's all presented within a way where it's like there's no actionable information in those videos, at least, to tell you like, okay, this is how you get to that lifestyle. Now, I will be honest, and this is before, and I don't want to make this video to kind of like hate on the guy. I did want to talk about it because I feel like the more I looked into his channel and his story, the less sense it made and the more confused I found myself. But I will say this off the bat, he does have certain videos that will offer, I guess, base level advice for people that are looking to get into content. There was one really good piece where he talks about your niche. And it's all kind of things that maybe if you're already making content you know about, but for the everyday person that watches his videos and maybe wants to start a YouTube channel of their own, could be good information for. He says, if you have a niche and you know people are viewing you for this one thing, let's just say you put out a post of you dunking your face in ice water and everyone's commenting about that, lean into it. Again, for those people that watch this and have made content, it's like obvious. Even people that watch content a ton, it's obvious. That's how you game the algorithm. I will give him credit and props in the sense that, yeah, he's trying to give people, I guess, a base level of information. Where it's like these other kind of like fitness or influencer or life coaches will just show you what the majority of his content is, which is how cool their life is and probably fake how cool their life is. At least with this guy, there seems to be some actionable stuff on his profile that you can look towards. The rest, though, is typical influencer nonsense. I mean, down to the T, the fact that he lives in Florida, he's doing nonsensical workouts on camera, he's got his thing that everyone knows him for, which is dunking his face, nice water, running really fast, not wearing underwear when he's running, by the way, and drive. I mean, the cars he drives, I don't know if he rents those or I don't know if he owns those, because to be honest, I don't really know how much money is necessarily in social media like that. Like, I think you might be able to buy that selection of cars if you have a certain amount of subscribers or followers, but he has these really, really nice cars that he runs along. Seems like he has a team with him. So the rest of the stuff, all the way down to the course, is pretty standard. But he also has a lot of engagement. Like, I see a lot in the comments. If he'll say in a video, let's just say, for example, like, comment team down below to get added to my exclusive influencer program, or DM me this, or DM me. I'll see so many comments under his posts now that say team, 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 even from verified profiles, which is the craziest part. Like, people that are already kind of micro celebrities on the internet are buying into this. So he's crushing it. on Instagram. Absolutely crushing it. I haven't checked his YouTube. I don't know if he even has a YouTube, but I'd say it's probably more so on Instagram and TikTok, where he's really just absolutely dominating right now, putting up absolute Shaq type numbers. And again, as I said at the beginning of the video, the more I look into this guy, I'm like, how the fuck, what is his real life like? And it might be a purposeful and legitimate marketing strategy by him to say like, yeah, I'm gonna generate interest, or it might just be a byproduct. But for the life of me, I can't figure out what this guy really does on a day-to-day. Like, there's no way that he's waking up at 3 a.m., dunking his face into a bowl full of ice water. The working out part, yeah, sure, the meetings and everything, yeah, I get that part. But like, obviously, he's not going out and he's not running on a track with people filming it. I wish someone would interview him and ask him like what his real day-to-day is. Because obviously, look, it seems like he is disciplined. And this is something I think we get caught up in the weeds a lot about, is like these influencers that put out a certain lifestyle online, getting it in our heads that they're not disciplined. But like, clearly this guy, look, he's in great shape. He's got enough money to where he can rent these cars for certain videos. And if he is renting it at the very least, let's just say for one day, he's recording a ton of content and he's putting a ton of effort into making himself marketable, whether or not it's the memes that the internet are putting out about him, or it's his own content, or what we're seeing now where he's kind of like merging the two. The more recent videos he's putting out, is kind of leaning into it.
I kid you not, bro. I was really in the air for 4 minutes.
And that's kind of where like I'm a little bit confused as to what's really going on. And it makes it worse when you realize his position. By his own admission, he's a coach of other online fitness coaches. So he coaches other people to coach other people. Am I the only one that gets really confused when someone says that? Like, is he thinking about the fact, and maybe, listen, maybe I'm just thinking way too much into this. You'd have to think that he'd want to keep his content semi-serious, and that, you know, he's not making this formulaic type content. Like the content he makes, this is, I guess, my biggest problem. The content he makes, it alludes in no world to what he actually says he does. The 9 to 5 of being an online fitness coach includes, I guess, some of the things, or like a fitness coach's coach, includes some of the things that he does in his videos, which is working out, meeting with clients, eating well. You don't have to drive a nice car, though, to be an online fitness coach. You don't have to live in a high rise. You don't have to dunk your face in cold water. And maybe this is all like, yeah, obviously, Jake, why are you talking about this? But I guess the crux of what I'm confused about is it doesn't feel like a scam totally, but then there's also all of the red flags of this completely being bullshit, and this guy absolutely capping about everything that he does. Then another thing, it's like, I know that this marketing has to be a large part of his day. So then this content that he puts out about the day in the life almost becomes moot when you realize, yeah, it's probably like he probably wakes up, works out, does a bunch of content, works out again, something like that. The day-to-day is probably much closer to that, where he's like, yeah, he's eating 5 times a day, he's working out twice, then he's making content, he wakes up, maybe he goes to, but like, yeah, dude, clearly the stuff that he's putting out online is not his day-to-day. I feel like the more I think about what he actually does, I'm thinking about it right now and I'm getting a headache. You know, if you're really trying to be an online coach of coaches, or just a coach in general of fitness stuff, I would rather see him do what he used to do, which maybe he went away from because he noticed it wasn't working, where it's like, yeah, I've seen him do exercise videos on his page before. I think there's nuggets of wholesomeness and good advice in his page. Like, do I think he'd actually be a good life coach? Yeah, I think he should focus honestly on his story. I mean, I did a little bit more research. He was an ex-NFL prospect, didn't make the league, but became this fitness instructor. He had this dark period where he wasn't working out, and then he saw his old physique and he wanted to get back into it. I think that's a story that's really cool. So why not lean into that? Like, it's clear that he enjoys, obviously, the parts of having a high life where it's like, yeah, I can wear all these expensive things, I can drive these nice cars, and everyone's giving me the flute solo in the comments of my Instagram videos. But at the same time, I really do think there is something good in there that he's just not focusing enough on. And his Instagram at the moment is kind of just a nothing burger of stuff that shouldn't matter and really doesn't matter. But the people hating on him, I don't get that. I mean, I think it's just, honestly, people are really tired of seeing all these manicured and like 4K hyper detailed, really cleanly videos of stuff that doesn't actually happen in real life. And that I could get. But I mean, you really do a deep dive, he's got something there. He's probably just leaned into, and this is what anyone I feel like realistically would do, he's just leaned into the meme heavy and like comedic style format now of just creating these dumb videos that are kind of funny and people are gonna comment on and he's getting engagement for him. I mean, that's probably what his profile is now. But I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know. Maybe we'll do more research into it on the next video and into his profile and his course. But until further ado, it's been your boy, the soundboard god, Jacob Cooperman, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys.